Peace and love, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters in the light. Once again, Noble Lion, I'm here to bring the message of light, peace, and tranquility. I will not waste time today. I will proceed and bring the teaching. Today is an emphasis of the calendar and the clock that I was teaching in the previous videos. And this emphasis will then bring it a step further. And I have to remind you that my aim and objective is to help bring the light that we are all seeking, that it should come and cover the darkness that the world has lived in for ages, and now we are actually getting to the peak of darkness. We need light to come and cover the planet, righteousness to come and cover the planet, like the waters cover the sea. So, without further ado, I will explain that the aim and objective about bringing this light also encompasses, sorry to say, in many or almost all African countries and some Asian countries, not exempting India, the practice of blood sacrifice to appease gods has become rampant, and it is at a higher speed. Unfortunately, it is at a rate of which we shall say it is spreading like the pest that plagued Europe during some centuries back. And this is not the original way of spirituality in the world. It is an ugly practice, and I'm not saying that those who are practicing it are not human beings. They are, but the truth is that spirits came into this world. They were all created, and they came here. Some are very rebellious, and some are enemies of mankind. That is a different history altogether, which time and space will not permit me to go into the details, but you can do your research and then you will find out that spirits came here. They are helpers of evil, and some of them are helpers of good. But those who will do any good for you will request or demand a price from you that in the long run is going to be huge than the help that they offered you. And this we are doing our best to teach our brothers and sisters to separate themselves from it. Because if you don't pay the price in this present world, your children are going to pay for it. It is an established fact that all spiritualists know. Some will not tell you, and some of them joined it or followed these spirits or invited these spirits into their lives innocently. They did not know what they were inviting into their lives. And we are here to wipe the slate clean, to show you that no spirit, I repeat, no spirit that is meant good for you, that came from the all-loving, all-encompassing creator of everything, any spirit coming from him is never going to require a price from you. in order to help you. In fact, they are there to serve you, just as all nature is to serve you. We actually have to take care of nature. Example, feeding the animals and taking care of the plants and keeping the environment clean is all part of taking care of the environment or nature as a whole, so that nature in turn can also serve us. And so we abhor the practice of dark spirituality and anything that involves killing and torturing an animal for your own selfish interest is going to bring you a bad karma. You are going to pay it whether you want it or not. And so I think I will now switch a little bit to my language, the Akan language, and then I will come back and proceed where I stop. Memamo nepa adofo nom mehonamfo enuanom ne adofo ewo ohan nim say enkyerɛkyerɛ bi a mede baayɛ ɛfa clock ene calendar no a menano mekyikyɛ mo sɛ ɔmo esi bibi etra sɛ adada yɛn no eno ene ne mewɔ ha ɛbɛbu ne nyima atɔfa ne masan ɛde yɛn akɔ afro stairs no biem akɔ de emma enano teaching ne mebɔ ne tɔfa ne masan de mo wura mu akɔ ekyire kakra na bibi a menkyerɛ yɛ no makyerɛ na ansa ne mbɛhyɛ ase no mɛkyerɛ mo sɛ ɛko a mɛko nyina ɛyɛ sɛ yɛko de ɔhan no aba asase yi so ɛnam sɛ yɛmu bebree no okokɔ aman bebree so a ɛsom a yɛkum ɛmmoa anaasɛ yɛyɛ ɛmmoa yakayaka deɛ na yɛde ma ɛnyame bi sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ ɔmo nso bɛyɛ deɛ yɛhwehwɛ ama yɛn ɛnyɛ ɛsom a ɛyɛ ahyase no ɛsom na mmom na ɔhan ɛsom ɛwɔ hɔ no na yɛhia mogya bia ahonhom bebree aba asase yi so ɛfiti abɔde bere mu no na ahonhom no ebi ɛbɛboa wo ebi so de wobɛkɔ sɛ yie ɔmo ɛbɛboa wo bia a ɔmo bebisa biribi afiri hɔ no ɔmo mfiri ɔbɔ adeɛ no akwan ɔde ato hɔ ama adasama ɛnkyɛn ɛsan sɛ ahonhom anaasɛ abɔfo ɔmo wɔ hɔ sɛ ɔmo bɛsom nyan na yɛn nso yɛwɔ hɔ sɛ yɛbɛhwɛ abɔde so yɛma ɛmmoa aduane na ɛmmoa no yɛde ɔmo asomdwie ɛne fa wo ho deɛ ɛma wɔn na yɛhwɛ nhaban so na ewiase ne asase no yɛnyɛ no basabasa ɛmfa fi bi ɛmfa so ne so ɛntoto basabasa no na kyerɛ sɛ yɛn no yɛhwɛ abɔde ne so yɛasɛdeɛ no ne abɔfo biara so ɛbɛba wɔ hɔ no ɔmo ba sɛ ɔmo ba bɛsom wo na ɔbɔfo bi ka sɛ wo ɛyɛ biribi ma ne pɛ na ɛyɛ sign sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔsom no ɔbɔfo bi ɛna wɔyɛ sɛ obi sɛ wo biribi ɔnya bi sɛ wo biribi a na ɔnyɛ bɔfo a ofiri ɔbɔ adeɛ ne nkyɛn the reason ti a menta nka sɛ nyame no woka nyame a na wonka hwee na question no wo kam say nyame bɛn ɛna wo pa kyerɛ na wo kan nyankopɔn ɛwɔ akanka sɛ mu a na kyerɛ sɛ wabɔ ɔbɔ adeɛ nyinaa no ɔno ɛna wo pa kyerɛ nti ne tie sɛ wo de wo nka nyankopɔn a wo ka ɔbɔ adeɛ a ɛno no ɛma ɛmfa ho kasa a obi ɛka na ɛnkɔyɛ sɛ yɛ pa kyerɛ sɛ akanka sɛ nyankopɔn no ɛno pɛ ɛna esi so pie sɛ ɔyɛ ɔbɔ adeɛ nti no yɛbɛ yusu ɔbɔ adeɛ ɛwɔ video mu anaa me teachings ne mu nti kakra mɛkyekyɛ mu ɛwɔ aborɔfo kasa mu no ɛno ɛna me nso mede aba akanka sɛ mu ɛyɛ twi mabekan enti de yɛhwehwɛ ne sɛ yɛde honhom kwan kronkron a na ɛwɔ hɔ firi abɔde bere mu no ɛno ne yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde ba a yɛnkɔkum mmoa bi anyɛ obi yɛnkɔfrɛfrɛ nyame bi anaasɛ abɔfo bi sɛ yesu frɛ ɔbɔ adeɛ nankasa a ɛwɔ honhom mu ne nɔkore mu na yɛadwene mu ne yɛakoma mu te a ɔno na ɔhwɛ yɛhia asɛm so na wasoma ɔbɔfo a ɛfata sɛ ɔmmra yɛn nkyɛn ɛno saa no ɔba ɛwɔ asomdwuem na ɔmmɛgye hwee wɔ hɔ ɛyɛ mmoa na ɔde brɛ ɛno ne neɛ yɛhwehwɛ ɛno nti na megyina ha sorry nipa kasa bebree ana throat na dry na yɛbɔ wa Now I'm going to proceed to do my emphasis on the calendar and the time very swift, and then we will proceed a step forward. Well, the other day, I think the camera setting made everything that I was teaching turn in a mirror direction. It mirrored, so the writing went to the opposite, and everything I was trying to say and all my writing were actually facing the wrong direction, and that's why this emphasis is needed. And I have found a way to do the setting for you people to see the picture different than you are seeing it on the net at the moment. It's going to be the way it should be portrayed to you to get the picture. So if I may proceed, I'm going to first go into the time that is given to us at the present, the clock. The simplest way to draw the clock is to think of the 12, the 6, the 9, and the 3. And then you simply insert the rest. If this is 6, then this is 7, 8, then you already have in the 9. And then we have the 10, 11. Okay, so according to the clock, this is 12. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is supposed to be 1, 2, then you have your 3, 4, 5, and there is the 6. All right. In the morning, the moon and the sun does their exchange at 6. Same thing happens in the evening, not at 12, but still at 6. So, what I'm trying to argue is that if the time changes over here, why are we then starting to count over here and not over here? And this brings me to the teaching of bringing the figures differently. So, if we will go according to the 360-degree angle clock, and the moon and the sun finishes and arrive over here, then we have to make this place a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what they are claiming to be 12 is 6. Middle of the night, and if it were day, then this is middle of the day. All right, because this is where the moon and the sun comes and goes, leave and arrive. Now, if we are going to divide them by 12, like I said, then we get a 30-degree angle per hour. And if we will count what is between here and there, we get 60. 60. And why is it necessary? What is necessary to get the 60 is when we are talking about the 60 seconds making a minute and 60 seconds making 60 minutes making an hour. And therefore 30-degree angle plus 30-degree angle is between the quarter and the second half. When I talk about second half, you are going to make your horizontal here and the vertical. Then you have the cross, the symbol of life. But that's another topic on which we are going to come another time. So between this pole and that pole are 60-degree angle. Between this and that, you also have a 60-degree angle in total, and on and on. So now we are going to show you the parallel world. Everything has got a parallel. So this is square you are seeing is parallel to the circle, which is the mind of God. And the planet is not a square. If the planet, everything has got a parallel and opposite, then if this is a circle, then this must be a square. And here is going to give you the pyramid at its right form, its standing order, sorry. And then you get the pyramid capsized. So any direction that you face, you are going to get the pyramid. Look over here. You have the pyramid when you are here. You have it when you are here. And you have it when you are here. And you have it when you are here. And it becomes 4 directions. 4 directions of the earth. 4 directions of everything. Just as your head or the human has got 4 dimensions, but we are only taught to think that we have our front and our back. We have front, back, side and side. So everything becomes a 4 times. You see, so these 4 directions is what I'm trying to point to, that it gives you in its complete form like this, the opposite of the clock that we have. the parallel. Now the opposite, which we do not actually need, because the opposite of the divine creation is leading man to destruction, and that is the fake time that has been given to us, the fake clock, that this place becomes 6 and here 12, there 3 and here 9 respectively. But then they tell you it is 6 in the morning and you go out of your window if you live in the Greenwich Meridian zone, and then 6 in the morning you see that it is the sunrise and the moon departs. But then they will come back here and start counting 1 from here. It's a complete opposite, a complete confusion. And this is where the slaughtering and disrespecting of animals and nature comes in. It means more than what I'm just explaining. So if we will come back here to the ancient, before what we know as our forefathers, then we are going to see a complete different picture in total. Yo, me honam for kakra me chichi mo ne se abrabo bia ewo ne opposite na yesan ewo ne parallel na brofu mo no se ye ka parallel a ye friend say ehaye a street bia ye fa so ye first street we so na efie e hye ha efie hye ha enti street bi da efie no a side omo echi parallel to this street over here. This is example a street, and those are houses by the street, or the street is in front of the houses. The other street that is at the other side of the houses is parallel to this street. And this street too becomes parallel to the other street. Same as we have this being parallel to this also is parallel to that. Enti meto aso akantre mo say see na me patchere parallel na opposite bibia de ekuntia de ewo ho no no be time no a ye de ama clock no a ye de ama ye opposite a anopa ne awia no esesa wo ha nanso mo be count the first hour no mo akosoro ha akosase ye say na ye 1 o'clock opposite of the oba the nepeman and ye opposite of order and life death and confusion na ewo enti no say uko draw ma draw here ubenya the same advent na ubenya the same because chere say or nonson ewo ne opposite and ne parallel ne opposite ebeye we and ne parallel enyima ye we enti the parallel and the opposite ne ho asemo America no bibia ewo say ye market na ye hu say oba ha ne metre say pyramid ya ye esi ancient Kemet ubejina 4 directions of area say ube hu no say ubenya pyramid ne wo direction ha uba form ha ubenya uko side ha ubenya na uko so ha so a ubenya enti 4 chere wo say abode ewo 4 dimensions enti nipa enye say ye wo ye nim de bia no ye dwen say manim na machi manim na machi nanso ye man 4 dimensions bibia na we betumi atena asen a enisa 4 dimensions no ɛyɛ wei pɛ Nyankopɔn n'adwen ɔno pɛ na ɔnni saa dimension no. Enti m'anim m'akyi ɛna me side seesei no ɛm sɛ mayɛ emphasis no fitting ɛnano no ɛna mede mo akɔ another step. Seesei no mebɛkyerɛ adeɛ bi a ɛnano mɛkyerɛeɛ na ɛno nso no me calculation kakra mɛyɛ no ɛkɔ dane yɛ nti mɛkɔ borɔfo mu no makɔhyɛ aseɛ na madane no aba akankasɛm. Okay, the one calculation that I was making the other time was 40 days is a different concept that exists, and it belongs to the parallel of this, and this is also parallel of the 40 days concept, and that one exists. But we are talking about this how do you call it, 30-day calendar. So the 30-degree angle I'm talking about for each hour represent equally a day. So when we get a 30 for a month, 30 days for a month, each 30 degree means 30 days. Each month is having a 30 days. No month is having a 28 days and some having a 29 days, because people who are born on the 29th February, they only have an opportunity to celebrate their birthday or to be proud that the year has gone and come back to meet them. They can only celebrate that joy only once in every 5 years. And that is one of the hidden injustices in this clock that was created for us. Why should actually we distribute the month equally to the same clock? We never had anything like January, February, and March. Those, as I said in the previous videos, were insertions to use the months to represent some gods or some angels that they were dealing with. Those angels directed them to the course of history, which today, what is going on and the unknown that is going to happen that we have no idea of. It all started at the time when they were being directed. And those gods are who are representing, according to this clock here. January will then be the 1 o'clock you see over here. And then you have February this way, and this becomes March. Now let's move to my representation, and then we will find out that September is actually not here as they may claim, because if you continue counting, you are going to arrive September as the 9th month over here. But if we start counting January, February, then we are actually in March. But there is no such thing as January, February, March, and so on. We used to have the first month, the second month, the third month, and so on. Just as we used, and even some are still using it, the first hour, the second hour, and so on. And some of you who are familiar with the Bible, you will see that the Bible is using the time, the third hour, the 9th hour, when Peter and all those people went to the temple to pray. They were using either the parallel of this clock they were using this to see their time, or they were using this one, the parallel, one of them, and never were they using this one. So their language were not a January, a February. Every month represent a kind of a planet who are actually not from here. Zodiac signs and all those things are things that the Creator actually doesn't want you to enter, because once you enter into those kind of things, your life becomes too complicated and you begin to behave very funny in public presence, because you are trying to do everything according to the zodiac signs. But if you begin to serve nature and follow the right path, and you follow the path of the light, then you will have nothing to worry. And so we have the first month, and December will then be here. You see, the same 12 hours that we are having is the same for equally for the months, and we still get 360 degrees. Now, according to the present calendar that they have given to us, no child was born in 9 months. Therefore, no woman was pregnant for 9 months. You go and do your calculation. They are talking about 42 weeks. Some are even talking about 40 weeks or something like that. That a woman needs to get pregnant, and then the baby will come. If you do your calculation for this number of weeks that they give for the duration of pregnancy, no child was born in 9 months. But if you use the 360-degree angled clock, then you will get children over 90% born in 9 months after pregnancy. You see, so we are here for nature and not against nature. Asem baako a meka ne se menuanom se wokɔhwɛ we na wokyekye calendar ne ma no a January, February ne ne keka ho ne nyinaa no ɛyɛ ɔmo anyame bi din na bosome bia a wobɛbɔ ne din no ɛwɔ brɔfo kase mo no ɛyɛ ɔmo nyame bi din na yɛde bɛhyɛ hɔ. Wobɛtumi akɔyɛ research ɛhu sɛ nyɛ nturo bi na meedi, ɛnya bosire moka bi na meyɛ wɔ ha. Na ahyase no na yɛni biribi ase January, February na yɛwɔ bosome yɛdi kan, bosome yɛdi tɔ so mmienu, saa ne yɛ akanto abɛduru bosome a ɛtɔ so 12, saa na ɛteɛ. Na wohwɛ wei so calendar yi so a wobɛhu sɛ according to wei no, over 90% of nkwalaa no yɛnyɛ wɔn bosome nkono na ɛwɔ wɔn. Wokɔ saa calendar ɛna wɔn de ama yɛn so akwalaa bi yɛ ne hɔ a yɛnyɛ no bosome nkono, ɛnam weeks dodo a wɔn de calculate sɛ ɔbaa ɛnyɛ mu ana wawo no, yɛni anything like 9 months a yɛde wo akwalaa bi. Enti tofa no anama ɛbobɔ no ɛno ɛnama ba so a say maka eduru baby deɛ nneɛma bebree hyehyɛ hɔ a meba bɛkyerɛ, nanso mɛdane me ho na maka kyerɛ mo sɛ ɛnkyerɛkyerɛ no ɛɛba na yɛfiri baabi na yɛkɔ baabi. Yɛntu mmirika gidigidi na yɛakɔyi biribi a ɛbɛbɔ wo ho ban ho mo. Na woba ɔba adeɛ n'anim a ne ho tɛ paa. Enti no ɛwɔ sɛ woyɛ biribi ansa na biribi foforɔ yɛde ama wo. Yɛmfiti prɛko pɛ na yɛakɔfa gold na sɛ yɛde akɔhyɛ obi a ɔnim de yɛde gold yɛ ɛnsa. Oduru baabi obɛtumi ato atwene bɔɔlem. Enti Mumiemfa otene kwan so ana atene kwan so ayadane no atrene no. Atene ese obete obo ade no ene na waye na pede. No ena nobo lion meba na me kan say ewiase ensem a omo sha say free bra na omo create sa clock we na calendar we amanye no na omo kura plan kesiye bi sa plan no eye ne na omo planane na yeduru beginning of the normal hwehwe no aye march into it into no maybe ha kakra me kan chiro ne say wo adwenbone bi wukutemu a na watwe ho afire ho ifire se bibia eba no ebiri bi ebedu akakakra bi na duru say woye bone a wo hye kusi etokro mompa eni etua ye hu de woye na ye bu watan ye so mo de wo kwa obi entumenyo na bebe de wo kɔ no enye prison no a enemu hu ne se ebinom kɔ hɔ na se ye yi no na wasan kɔ di bɔne so obesan kɔ hɔ na ne ho tɔ ne wɔ hɔ kɔba kyɛn so wasasi so de kɔde eba no hu enti wo bibi bɔne a wo ya me kyerɛ se twon ne fa wo ho ɛhyɛ asɛm no ensa agyenkwa no asɛm no ɔbɔ ade na asɛm no ono nko ana obegye wo emfa wani ento emogya bi so se eno na ebegye wo se ye onyame bi osoma na bama ne bi wuji wo nkwa wo se ye una wo kukum aboa bi na de apata wo bɔne yo wo bɔne a wo bɛyɛ no untume mpopa eye record a yabo aka ho na de basa si so wo record wo bɔne bi a wo ye enti na ukoshi sumo ase na wudi bone bia na odwen so obi ehun nti wawia na ohun yesere bebre se ye wo esumo se ye wo ehan mo ebri bia no moma ye ma ehan no enden edi ye bibia ye beyim apobo akohwibra ene ewudisem se ode ye onia se ode ye aboa se abode na wo se no ni nyina no obetu ya ho ka emobia na ada obia oye dinsin ni yo oye honhom ni yo mede menchiro mo se omuntu de omo yemu efiri se obi ehia na nyame na obi nyina ho na kakra meka kyere ahonhomfo nyina ne se montwe mo mfiri sa enyame no a omo bisa emoja no eho na ohan no epese ba na motwe momotan ebeba momma ye nyima ye mfa ye honko ohan ne mfiri se ye de ye ba asasi so se asasi so confusion ene esum ene amumoye edoso enti na oba ha se oba abekon se obetume asosi de se wa ma esum no antwen wo a memewo na emom ujima esum ne mo no utume soreye epie free mo ebegina ohan mo no ene duro so na se udi free asasi so a na wako baby papa enye hu achi ne nka se free ho na obi improve yes nyame bi wo ho enyame wo ho e no ba ade wo ho utwe mo motan etesa na obegye me achi ne ya bisa ho se oji achi ne na o kan so obo ade ne ho na sebio uwu echina na ukono wo you have a lot to lose. So ukono wo you have a lot to lose. Ba ukono ne ho when lose you hwe meboa. Enti aden na odi we ebe to chacha na wakanso ne ho. Ma wo chacha no a wo to ne nko kan se ode unyini nimpa ubedi ohan nachi na se wuwu no ne wa unluzu hwe wuwu no wo wa ne wanya atemu papa wuwu ye wo na bibo ho atan ye nko san lai ni pam pem apepepe ya ye wo asasi si ye nko san lai na ya hwe boku bi mo ye wu a nyanya ena honhom adwuma no ebe koso yenya ebebu ye ho atan na be level a ye papa na ye bone de ye duro ye no yenya ye wurem eye abode emra a untumi embuso uchu motan obedi so some moment no wakoye te se robot ya program wo baby de software no ede wura no eho na woko nothing can change it ntemesremo mummy yenyae emoja kangu ope honhom ese ubenya emwa efi oba de ne ho a hyase ne practice ahonhom semo a o sorry a normal na wo feed won emwa wo kugime nso wo be hu na face wo mu a na o de pan no na aduane bi a wo hwe wo be di na wo tete gum entwitwa enuya ntomu basabasa ye we nyina na hyase ye eka obo ade no anopa bia fa wabra bo hye ne nsa entuatua naso enkyere no na mepewe ye wagya no apede no no anem de wo hia ode bema se wam ye na pede a de wo bisa no wo bisa wo nyanda enti wo beko omo beka so obra na me de menne enyame bi ye adwuma meboa na ode wakɔhye baby mu a na eye wo kra na yakɔgye efiri wo nsem wakɔton wo kra samso na wokɔ bonem so na wo de firi asase so a sabre no hwe ni asase so a ebegyew ese odwen se sofo bi beba bebo empa ye bi agu fun so na waka se may his soul rest in peace. May her soul rest in peace. Enontino obeko baby papa. Empaibo bi entomenyo. Osofo no amono. Ne hote eno watume ajo no nekra efri de ebe mu no waje wefri mo. Wonkwa hye wo a wonsa. Baby de opeso okono. Eho ene de akiri wasase so. De obedi akiri wasase so ne no na de obeko wo mo. Na ede watu waso ewo wabrabo ewo asase yechi enti no em se medemo besi ha na maka kire mo se ene etofa no amebebo ye no esen kuba hidden messages a wonwen waso a obete na yede ohan kire no poten ebeba clock ne calendar me kire ni nyima ye important ema san kire no ebeba no enti munyima no mon subscribe mon share na mon like na mon maso ebribi a mede foforo beba no na mon saka bi ne mo ati ye honhom aduane ye chichedi ade ba ko a meka ne se video no ebedu bribi a meye no professional mego so na sabe ya ebribi a mede me hande na ye de mfumso bi a yekoso wo mo no na mabu mo ne aguso na enede no a enepa no a epie firi mo asem no eno na montie na yemie ya no enkasa keke ena se unhu ne ekoso a ubetume adwen ho ne wahu se de ebeba nya ko start say ansana enkofu bi di Europe ekohwe America man mu na ekofa asem huhu ba wi asem before sabre no ene after sabre no uhu se ensakraye bi ne wi ase ana san sakraye no yam pay attention ene ekoso develop ya ena the next ensakraye no the next level eye bra corona eso obe tisi ye na ode ne bag si form no biye so na oyi ne niama ode ba ye epeten ye na ensem bebre de ebeba no ebesan aye de ye mpese ye kan etu akoma mbe kan se na de ode wo nsoro na ojima wa wo kasa bebre de wo ntomensa kra no ensese hawo enye sa obewu eja da esesu O de ne se bisa ho se eha na aka echiba mamea ehei echi enonso embo meana de bida tene kwan no momfa so munrewdwa enhaban mu na monyenyan enhaban mu no yedua enua no a mutwitwa togo no munyai chemical a mode spray enhaban esese enhaban no munyai montwe mo ho mfiri ho na eye oba de na chiwa de mo se na bode no sa ese no a mo se no ebekọ aba mo amoso enti no mede menkyerɛkyerɛ ne besi ya ne maso eche akɔbrɔfo mo ne mako wie wo ho mesan kai bibia mede beba beto aso. Okay, what I was trying to conclude with my language or my message is that this teaching right now was just an emphasis. You see, I just emphasized what I have already taught, but there are still new hidden messages inside, and there are more going to come to let you know that you do not need to call any spirits in order to have a supernatural happening in your life or to have something like a miracle happening in your life. It's about going back to nature and following the natural laws to follow nature without bloodshed, because this is never the original way of life. It doesn't matter where you are. Are you in India, Asia, any part of Asia, any part of the world, especially those in countries where people believe in calling upon spirits and sacrificing animals for them. I have to continue warning you that these are practices that came through some demons that does not have the goodness of mankind at heart. They hate us and they do not love us. Their agenda started way long at the time when this clock and calendar was established, or both clock and calendar were established, and their agenda was meant for these days. And these days, compare before the World Trade Center happening to after that. Ponder about it, and then come to before the arrival of COVID-19, before and after, and what is being happening all this while. Bring them together and know for sure something terrible is about to happen. And if you are challenging and asking, well, I do not believe in God, so what kind of bullshit are you talking about? You do not have to believe in God to face a terrible situation right here on earth. Whether you believe in God or you do not believe in God, you can face terrible situation. That is true. But know that there are gods and there is the Creator, only one of the universe. So if you say God, I will tell you, you have not said anything, because God, there are many gods. Let no one fool you that there is only one God. There is never only one God. There are thousands of gods, but there is only one Creator. So let's take it this way. You do not believe in God, and then you die and you find out there is God and He is gonna judge you. What are you gonna do? But if you don't believe in Him, you die and He doesn't exist, what do you have to lose? If you do not believe in Him, or you believe in him. Both sides, there is a lose and gain if this happens and that does not happen. So why not be on the safer side by living a righteous life? It's not about believing in the existence. Just believe in the laws of the Creator, that they are in existence. I mean, you cannot be following superstitious things and vanity or believing evil life, and then you think you can escape the law of karma. You are the judge. You are gonna judge your own self after death, after this life. There is no going around it. You are having a recorder attached to you, So when you die, you are the one going to judge yourself. And then you will choose your destiny according to the level of your evolution. So you better live a clean life. We want the light to come into this world that some may be saved. We want righteousness to cover the planet. We don't want the torturing and slaughtering of innocent animals for our own selfish interest. If you can, don't even kill meat if you think you need to eat meat. Well, eat meat, but don't kill meat. So that if the message continues and people stop killing meat, very soon there will be no more meat because no one is killing them. We can eat fish if we can't avoid it. And then we have plants that supplement everything we are requiring from the animals. So let's stop this bloodshed. Nonsense bloodshed going on, violence going on from man to man, from man to animals. Let's put it this way. Supposing some aliens arrive on Earth today, and because we look so low to them, it's like they see us completely different. We are not like them. They are too high than us. And they see us the same way we see the animals. And they see us as delicacies. And they start eating us. How would we feel? That they chain us, preparing us for the next festival. And they will be looking at us. Oh, this animal looks so fat. Wow, it's going to be very delicious. Yeah, we are going to kill it on Friday. And you will be listening to it. And animals are listening whilst we discuss them, how we are going to kill them. Why don't we have this kind of conscience? I mean, ask yourself. If there is a terrible situation, no food, nothing, and somebody have to survive, then human must survive, because we are the light bringers. Only we are failing to bring the light. So we have to survive by eating the animal. In situations where we are about to die and the animal is the only one that can save us, that's actually the only moment we need to kill them. Or we need maybe their skin to cover ourselves in extreme situations where we might die from the temperature. These are some of the conditions under which we can kill animals and eat. But because nature has it this way that whatever goes around is what comes around. Mind you, never do things that will make you come back into this world as that animal, because you too will be killed to eat to be eaten. But if you have all the food available to you in abundance and you still insist you must kill and eat an animal, then you will pay whether you like it or not. So let's bring the light, and it will spread until one day the lion himself is going to eat plants. I am noble lion. Though the lion eats meat, when he becomes noble, he eats herb. Show him blood, he becomes furious and violent. Show him love, he becomes gentle and noble. My peace be unto you. Noble lion. Eo menuanom masan akaya semba kome de beba bi twato. Na eno ne se ye wo bribia eye manye se ye bekum aboa ne ye bi. Saa bre no eye se bi a situation bi esi ama aduane ne baby a wo ye ewu kora. Saa moment ne se saboa ne mum na je wo nkwa. Enye wo ene saboa ne di na odi nya nkwa. Wu ekomu komu me no. Saa bre ne de se wukum ne di na onya nkwa. Na nye bre aduane abuso nhaban abuso fish wo ho. A fish ne mpo ye ne right say yewe. Na nso ekwan bi so no yewe no. Still enye enough man ye se ye be ye de se kan beto aboa kon atwa na say. Na yedi na sa suban na nye anase bi e wo se mekum aboa bi fi se madu ba bi de awo no ewo ho no ma ye menya bibia nkata me ho mewu ene metumi kum te sa aboa wo ye frɛ no san wede na mede kata me ho na metumi nya nkwa enema bisa ema ye ho kwan se ene etumi kom na wukum wi a hwe na wo no wanko ma wo life na nko ye de be madache bi obesan basasi so abeya boa if so ya boa se de oti aso wo ho kire wo a eno nti wo ni choice wukum aboa be no sa na wo so obebe situation bi mu ama ne ho a kire no ne wakum ware entontom eye moa bi a utumi kom no if you say or we or malaria or how nenson hwe na wa nye bone a ebema daachi bi obeba beda ne ntontom if is abode emba ne say de ekọ no esan ba de ekọ no esan ba enti ukoye ntontom na se ntontom ha adwen a wo so ba obe ha adwen ma obi ekun ho enti ye ne bone ebem wasan aba ese ntontom ma wabra bono enkyere wo se asase yi so eye nyon ene yede edu se ye nkwan ye firi ye nsa na afi ne ye humo se bibi wo ho ne ye pese ye nye de bebia ne ye nye ye ho ntena ha ye je ye ho tena ha na se ye nya adom be ne ye tena ha ne ya san akoye bonenem entwan na enwu ansa akechiri bone no mumenyai ayaka de fa emmoa ene abode ho mumma yemfi de mmoa no na ebeboa yen wo honhom ebeboa yen ama ye bompa ya oba de ne betie enti monkoso na montie me ene me baya noble lion kakra me de baye ni ensem bi wo ho a esese me de ba nanso esese mudi kan te ensem bi ase na me twen mo comment ne mo questions say omo a twere omo a question no iswa mame me pese amanfo bisa bibi echire wadwan na wodwen se bibi amaka me boa odi bisa me you say amanfo free all over the world chwo me if it's a message no omo hu bebre enya say yi chire no amenya no Enti no enye dambo nanso yebefa no dambo ewo ewiasefo anim. Efi se nebri wa modamo a onye free. Enti Noble Lion Makramo meko na mako ne abode edinkita ho. Na de ode be mame no meba be ne mo ache. Me mamo asomdwie, me mamo enepa, ene atene. Obo ade no onka mo nyima mo ho. Anamo bi a mo betu no onka mo ho. Omi ye ne yakoma mo. Soma na bofo mesoso nye da ye a ebema ye hu han no na ya fa so ye message no ebe yi wafiri esum na ede waba han mo ebe yi wafiri nko asom na ede waba ede fa ohudie mo yi wafiri prison na ede waba baby de obede wo ho enti monko so ntieti Makramo piao.